Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I am Katie Smith. I am a homeownership counselor for Adair, and I am based out of the Cresswell, Oregon office. So my territory is like Lane County, Eugene, and surrounding areas, and then all the way over to the coast and south. And co-hosting with me today, Shari, if you'll introduce yourself.
Hey everybody, I'm Shari Avery. I'm the homeownership counselor for our Caldwell office, and my territory is kind of like Katie's, pretty big. I run from Baker City all the way to McCall, Mountain Home, and the entire Treasure Valley.
Yes, and we have our. I feel like our terrains and our climates and everything are so totally different. So we've got all angles covered here in this
Yes.
discussion, able to answer any questions in theory.
Yes.
We have, for those of you that have been waiting to see this open house or this live event, thanks for hanging in there with us. We've had to reschedule for the randomest reasons. I think one week Shari and I were iced or snowed into our houses and we couldn't get to the office, and then the next week randomly the entire town that I work in lost internet. So third time's a charm. This is going to be great. And
It's going to be great.
a beautiful house. We're so excited to share and so excited to answer questions and talk about anything y'all want. So send your questions our way. Shari's going to be monitoring the chat, and we'll just periodically take breaks, make sure we are all caught up on any questions asked, and go from there. Our agenda for the day. So we are going to show the website. We're going to show the pre-engineered version of the plans we'll be talking about today, which is our Mount Rainier plan. And then we'll show any redline changes, structural changes that this particular family made to our plan. And then we'll show the house itself. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. Shari, I'm going to rely on you to make sure I actually do it correctly. Entire screen. Are you seeing the website?
We are. We're up and going.
All right. So important things to know about our website. If you haven't seen it before, you can see on the homepage there's an area selected. If it's your first time looking at the website, it will ask you to actually set your area, your state, your county that you're kind of shopping for land in or that you're based out of. And then any pricing that you see on the house plans is current and up to date for your area. So a great way to kind of start pre-planning or pre-imagining your project. There's so many tools on this website. I'm going to pull up the Mount Rainier. And Shari, you know, as always, to interrupt me with any brilliant thoughts you have. Otherwise, I'll just talk infinitely. Okay. We're going to look at the Mount Rainier. This is a fan favorite year after year after year. Is it in your area too?
Yes.
Yes. It's so beautiful. Yeah. There are, if you're looking at our website, you're looking at our plans, there's kind of these like pre-packaged exterior elevations that you can choose from. I don't want you to feel like you're limited to anything you see here. It's just kind of like to get the ball rolling, to get your imagination going. Our team has put together these exterior elevations. So most of them will have a traditions elevation, which is pretty classic, lap siding. Some of them will have a craftsman elevation, which then incorporates some of these cedar features. We've got farmhouse, and then we've got riata, which is this really modern style. The important thing to know is that you can modify or expand on anything you see here. So for example, if you're like, oh, I love the craftsman, but I wish it had, batten board and an eyebrow roof over the garage, you can expand on these, you can change them, but they're good starting points to make sure we understand your style. The one we're looking at today is actually a modified craftsman. You'll see on our craftsman, to us, we've got the cedar shake. We've got the tongue and groove under the porch cover you can't see. We've got gridded windows and then lap siding. And these particular customers made some changes to the outside, which I'll show you when we get to the video. But they actually eliminated a lot of the cedar shake. We'll hold off on that until you can see this because it's beautiful. It's a beautiful house. Shari, anything you want to add about the website or exteriors?
No, I think you're doing great.
Okay. let's look at the original or pre-engineered version of this plan. So you've got a side entry garage, this nice porch cover, this really grand foyer space, kind of this big, open, roomy, 2-story tall foyer. We've got a formal dining. We've got a den. Big open concept downstairs. So great room, kitchen, kind of all flows into one large space. You've got a mudroom pass-through to get from the inside of the house to the garage. And then this whole wing over here is the primary suite. So we've got big bedroom, 2 closets, and then a really large primary bath.
Mm-hmm.
Upstairs, we've got 3 bedrooms and a bonus room. So we've got the Jack and Jill bathroom connecting these 2 bedrooms over here. And then this third bedroom has its own bathroom access as well, but it can also be accessed from the loft for guests, etc. Big bonus room. And then laundry room is actually housed upstairs in this plan as a standard as well. Any thoughts?
I just love this plan. I mean, it's literally got something for everyone.
Yes, I agree. So before I show you the red lines to what changes these customers made, just a reminder, like you can look at our website, you can pick from one of our pre-engineered plans. You can take that plan and modify it. You could dig through our custom archives and pick from a previously built custom plan, or you could just full on draw out plans that you're envisioning, and then we could start with that and go forward. So you're not pigeonholed or limited in any way. If you've got a dream for a house, if you know of things that are going to make it work better for you, there's a path to get you there. And I like to say that because I built with Adair and I did a full custom plan. So if you're watching and you have questions, not necessarily about this plan, but the custom process, send them our way.
Yes.
All right, let's go to their version. Okay, can you see this okay?
I can.
It's a lot. So just to kind of get your bearings, what you're looking at here, we've still got the side entry garage. We've got this little bump out at the front of the garage that they added, and it's a little space, big effect on the exterior look. It turned out really amazing. They added this kind of narrower, so it's not a full car bay back here in the shop space, but they added an overhead door. We've got into the mud room. They moved the washer and dryer hookups downstairs. You can, I want to say that's probably the most popular change I've done on this plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then into our big common space. So we did some significant changes here. And I think this plan is a prime example of the amount of modifying that you can do to one of our pre-engineered plans without going fully custom. So they took that corner kitchen and made it more of a galley style. They did this bump out to make this nook space larger. They bumped out the great room in the primary, which then affected upstairs, made the bedroom and the bonus room bigger. We've got the den. No really changes in the den. The dining room, the butler's pantry pass through back to the kitchen. Also, note the size of this island, if you will.
It's fantastic.
Fantastic. And then in the entryway, we got rid of the side lights and did double door opening. Primary suite, we added a vault. We've got the 2 closets extended just a little bit. And then if you remember, there was a tub and a shower in the pre-engineered version. In this version, we have just what I call a shower cave. I don't know if that's a technical term, but it's a massive walk-in shower.
It's a human car wash.
Exactly. Yeah.
So can I ask how many square feet they added to the back of the floor plan?
You can, but I don't know the answer to that. I have the binder open on another screen. I can look if we get a minute, but if I remember right, we did a 4-foot bump out to the nook and then maybe a 3-foot bump out to the great room. Okay. So it was significant. Upstairs. Okay. Are you seeing the upstairs?
Yes.
So go up the stairs, you end up on this loft space. They kind of absorbed that original utility room into the bonus room. So just a really big bonus room. And I think I heard talk of maybe a pool table going up here. So yeah, plenty of room up there now. Mm-hmm. We've got bedroom 2 and 3, a little bit more square footage, and we kind of like reconfigured a little bit to keep that added square footage split evenly between the 2 bedrooms. No major changes to that Jack and Jill bathroom. And then this 4th bedroom, standard closet, still access to that 3rd bathroom. Okay. Any questions?
None yet.
Anything you want to add?
Not yet.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull up the video on my first try. Is it happening?
I can see it.
Let me mute it though. Okay, so Shari and I like to, by popular demand, we just let this video play through. We'll call out what kind of the major things are that you're seeing, and then we'll restart it and we'll pause it and we'll tell you everything. So let's look at this house.
I love the bump out on the garage. It gives it so much character with all that stone.
Right? Yeah, so brilliant. Yep. These people too, I mean, there's times you meet with clients for a design appointment and you can tell like they are in their mind's eye, they can picture this house and they can picture every change they're making to it. I'm totally not like that. When I designed our house, I was struggling. But this family, they knew. They're like, yep, we're going to add this. It's going to look like this. It's going to be brilliant. They called it from the get-go. They knew everything they wanted, how it was going to look. They were amazing.
You know, it's so funny because I tell people that all the time. I do this for a living, and every once in a while, I'm like, I need to see this one to envision it, just because we see so many plans. And that's, you know, going back to what you said about the website, I absolutely love that. Really, the sky's the limit on what a buyer can bring us that we can build.
Yeah.
And that's why I tell my buyers, I rarely hear no, so ask.
Exactly. Yep, that is a good point. And do you like at design appointments? I always say, bring your inspiration, bring your Pinterest pictures. People have full on brought in like binders and vision boards before, and I love it.
Oh, it's so awesome. It's so helpful too, just so we can feel what they are wanting and really have a good direction to go. So again, they get what they want and what they dreamt of.
Absolutely. Yep.
I love the black windows they put in here, by the way.
Yes. Yep. That was another thing where it just made such a big aesthetic difference. The vaulted ceiling. I mean, that primary suite is a bedroom that I would go into and never come out of. I would be worried.
Your boys would be knocking on the door, Mom.
Yeah. These 2 closets, which they did extend them a tiny bit from the pre-engineered version. There's going to be a better shot of the closets, but there's so much space in them. I love this vanity. I love the added storage on top of the countertop. I will talk excessively about the cabinets, but Adair's sister company or partner company for cabinets is Ridgecrest Cabinets. And if you are considering a build with us, I suggest you look at their website. They've done some amazing work, award-winning work. They can do everything.
Okay, I want the shower.
Right, I know. Just another reason I'd go in this bedroom and not come out. Just add a wine fridge and you're good to go. Stay there indefinitely. I have done a bathroom design before that had a wine fridge that was just right around the corner so you had like the tub and then into the primary closet. There's your wine.
Oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
And I love the package they put into there because they did this after the fact, correct?
Yes. Yep. And the trim, just another one of those little things that makes such a big difference. So much storage in here.
I like how they customized it too. You can tell which one's going to be like his and hers. They did black on one side and the gold on the other and customize it to their personal preference as well.
Agreed. That vault, the fan.
That room is huge.
It is, yeah. I also love the 5-panel doors. And then just the colors they chose. And then, the natural light coming in. It's just beautiful and open and airy. Okay, 4-panel slider taking up that whole back wall.
Yes. Oh, they've got the views for it too. How gorgeous. And I'm glad you brought up colors because they really did pick beautiful colors to make it feel just very homey and like classic.
Agreed. And that fireplace, just kind of pulling it all together.
Now, did I see a fireplace outside on the plans that you had? Okay.
Yeah. Yes, you did. And the video doesn't really do a great job of showing off the patio in the back, but it's amazing. So I'll try to get a good place to pause and talk about it. And then that added nook. So they've
Yes.
got a full 4-person table set and still just a lot of countertop and cabinet space in that galley kitchen. This is one too where we deleted the lighting package and they did their own lights. So we did just the can lights. And then the rest of the fixtures that you're seeing, but aside from the ceiling fans, were provided by the customers. Just another example of their vision and their taste, and it all turned out so great. I did catch them in the moving in process for this video. And they were still nice enough to let me come in and take pictures. Okay.
That was a huge table. So how big is this room?
This room, I'm going to try to, without disrupting the video, well, I am going to disrupt it for a second. Pull up the plans, move them. Okay, can you still see the video?
Yes.
So that dining room is 12 foot by 13 and a half. 12
Okay.
foot wide, 13 and a half long.
I like the stairwell they did as well, to really open up that grand entry even more.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. I think since this video originally came out, I've had 2 customers that have said, just give me exactly what this family did. Whatever they did is exactly what we want. I love this cute bedroom. And so of course Adair comes in and paints, and we do just a standard throughout the whole house, one color, one ceiling color and trim color, one wall color. And then they've come back and added their kind of personal touches and made the boys' rooms a little different for each room, which you'll see. They're beautiful. Every single one of them is amazing. Fairly standard bathroom.
Yeah, I noticed the mirrors. I think mirrors they probably deleted and put their own in.
You're exactly right. Yep.
Okay.
And then this giant bonus room.
Yeah, pool table would look great in there.
Oh yeah. Did you notice 9-foot plate upstairs and downstairs on this one?
I did not.
Which is another, I haven't done a lot of upstairs taller ceilings, but, and then it gives you a little extra window. And so their upstairs is just as light and bright as the downstairs. Little furnace closet. We did pick a perfect time of day to get the video though. There's a lot of good sunlight coming in. I love this room. Good size room. So this upstairs bedroom, since I've got it open, is 11 and a half by almost 16.
My son would be playing football with himself in that bedroom.
So he could open up this Jack and Jill bathroom and just go straight through. He's got a full field.
I do love the personal touches that they've done for their kids' rooms, though, and that they were able to do that right before they moved in. And
yep, agreed. That is so that's a 4x4 closet, and you can see how much storage there is in there. And then overwhelmingly, if you pick a different exterior elevation, it doesn't change the inside of the house. This is an exception to that rule. So when you have the Craftsman elevation, it gives you that little bump out in the front of those 2 bedrooms. So where you just saw where they kind of have the desk area, that would only be included with Craftsman, really. Oh, love this.
Yeah.
And the double doors coming in. Beautiful.
That is an upgrade too, right?
The double doors. Woo, okay. Do we have any questions?
Not yet.
Okay. Let's play it again, and this time we get to talk about it, Shari. So We are going to just start here on this front elevation. If you remember kind of our standard Craftsman, we would have cedar shake here on these front two bump outs. They did the batten board. So they did the Craftsman elevation, but they added batten board up here instead of cedar. And then they did this crow's foot design at their front entry. So they kind of changed up the front entry a little bit. They've got the tongue and groove under this porch cover that you can't really see. And then we've got this stone, the cultured stone on the outside, which there's not a great shot of this, but this bump out at the garage, just full wrap stone all the way to the top, is so beautiful. Anything to add on the outside?
No.
I guess I should say so. In Oregon or at my branch, we do gutters and downspouts. Of course, we do the paint. You pick your paint colors. You don't do gutters, do you?
We do not know.
You do not. Okay, because your snow would probably break them right off the side of the house.
Yep.
We don't have that problem.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think I mentioned this before, but I love the lights they put up in the gables.
Yes.
I would love to see that house at night to see how it shines down.
I agree. Yep. They've got some can lights under the porch cover too that you can't see. So plenty of good light if they're going outside. Okay, so into the den. So of course we have the 9-foot plate height downstairs. As a standard, we're going to do an 8-foot flat upstairs and downstairs. These guys went with the taller ceilings on both levels. They did their own built-ins in this room. We can price these out too if it's something that you want done during the build. This is actually a Murphy bed. We've got a luxury vinyl plank on the floor. We work with Shaw flooring. They did this light fixture, which is, I love it. The French doors into the den are standard, and then just plenty of window on the front wall.
And then the windows are upgraded to the black, and then we upgraded the trim, it looks like, as well to the architectural. Is that right?
Yes. Yep. They did the architectural trim package, full house. As a standard, we would do a drywall wrapped window. And then you can choose to add, just a windowsill, an apron, wrap it. This is a pretty decorative wrap that they chose, but there's really all levels of design as far as the trim package goes. These windows are a Marvin, our standard, and is this true company-wide that we use Milgard standard now?
Yes.
Okay. And I didn't mention it, but James Hardy, all of the siding all the way around this house is James Hardy. So the room we just passed, that door that you saw, was understairs storage. So some good use of that space under the staircase. And no one ever complains about extra storage. And then this half bath or powder room, we're going to pause right here. So as a standard, we would do a pedestal sink in a half bath. These guys wanted that extra storage. So we did a cabinet base with a drop-in. I'll talk about this in every room, but standard in our base price, we're going to do a solid surface countertop. So you're going to have a quartz here. You're going to have a quartz backsplash. We do the mirror and the fixture. Those are things that you can choose to delete and do yourself. And then this bathroom has a built-in linen closet. So if you went in and looked around this corner, you would see a full-size door, wood shelving, linen closet. We'll talk a lot about this room when we circle back. Okay, so into this primary suite. Again, the black windows. When we do what we consider to be a Craftsman elevation or exterior, we do gridded windows. There are so many different styles of grids, or you could choose, no grid. We don't want to obstruct the view in any way. Whatever works best for you on that property. We've got 9-foot plate height plus vaulted ceilings in this bedroom, and then that taller architectural style trim package. The doors are a paint grade 5-panel. I'll pause right here. They did black fixtures throughout this whole house, which kind of tied in the windows and all kinds of things. They've got it all really, they had a vision again. The standard would be brushed nickel. So we do plumbing fixtures, light fixtures, doorknobs, cabinet poles, all start as brushed nickel. And then there's, of course, all kinds of other finishes. I have had people do like pocket doors in these closets. They just open them up. This is water closet behind this door. And then this vanity. So standard. Once again, we're going to do a quartz countertop. We're going to do undermount sinks. We work with Moen, so our plumbing fixtures are all Moen. Multiple finishes to choose from. Shari pointed this out earlier, but they had deleted the mirror package and added their own mirrors. And then same with the lights in here. Customer provided those as well. You would have, as part of the base price, you would have this hardwood, the beach cabinets, with the cabinets under each sink, and then the rack of drawers in the center. They just added this section on top of the cabinets for additional storage. Makeup drawers, maybe. Who knows? But good storage added here.
Mm-hmm.
Tile on the floor, which we partner with Imser. And Imser has pretty much one of everything, I feel. So whatever look you're after, we can do. And then pause in the shower. Okay, so standard in a primary bath, we would do a tile deck soaker tub. We would do a walk-in fiberglass shower. They chose to kind of utilize that entire space. So they got rid of the separate tub and shower and just did one major shower. We've got a waterfall shower head and then 2 additional shower heads. And I thought that this putting the controls right inside the door was a stroke of genius.
So smart.
And then they kind of made this entire back wall a soap niche, and they added a little corner bench here as well. Once again, Imser tile all the way to the ceiling in that soap niche on the floor. We got some waterproof can lights in here. And I really like this little deco panel too. Just everything in here. We do have an upgraded carpet. So standard, we would put a carpet in the bedrooms. They chose one outside of the standard package, Shaw again. And then as Shari pointed out, they added these closet systems themselves after they got their keys. We just left it a blank canvas. So take it and do what you will with it. Or we can do shelf and pole, a couple rows of that, built-in kind of linen storage. Lots of options there. Until you pointed it out on the last view, I had not realized they had black fixtures in one closet and gold in the other. And I've watched this video. I feel like I've watched it about 20 times now. So
I also have a random fact. The reflection on the ceiling looks like the state of Idaho.
I'm gonna have to rewatch it again now and look for that. Okay, so standard in the common space. So great room, hallways. We're gonna do these. We call them a can light. They're kind of a faux can light. They're an LED flush mount flat bulb. They added this chandelier section in the center. So we just did kind of a reinforced, blanked off. I'm going to go back. And then same with these pendant lights over the island. So they just told us the placement. We connected the locations to a switch, and then they just came in and put their own lights in there afterwards. Okay, let's talk kitchen. So standard, we would do a stain grade cabinet whole house. It is a hardwood. They went ahead and did this stain grade in the center. So what you're seeing on this island is a standard cabinet. But then they did a paint grade over here on the perimeter of this kitchen. This is a giant island, which as a standard, this plan is drawn with a pretty good sized island.
Yes.
But they then added their sink and dishwasher to the island. And let's keep playing. They did this
like a tray ceiling above the island. Is that what I'm seeing?
Yes. Yep. We'll get a better shot of it. Okay. So the fireplace, which fireplaces, of course, You can do electric, you can do gas, propane, wood, so many options, pellet. You can wrap them in stone like these guys did. You can go all the way to the ceiling with it. There's just hundreds of ways to make a fireplace kind of match your vision. I'm going to play. This is actually an electric fireplace in here. And then they did this kind of upgraded mantle, and the mantle is actually stained to match the beach cabinets and the railing of the stairs. So just again, tying those colors in throughout. Okay, we're back to the kitchen. Okay. So they went ahead and there's a couple of modifications in here. Of course, they did this decorative hood cover. They added the glass ready cabinets on top of the standard cabinets up top. So we would do a 36-inch cabinet up here. They plugged the boxes on top of those, so they just got cabinets to the ceiling. They did a full height backsplash in here, which as a standard, we would do the solid surface countertops, and then we would do a matching 6-inch solid surface backsplash. But backsplash, once again, is IMSR. So if you are envisioning something, there's a good chance we can source it through IMSR. They did what we call kind of a modified gourmet layout. So as a standard, we would do a 30-inch range space here, and then we would have the fridge space. We would have a microwave above the range. They did this 30-inch opening like normal, but then of course they deleted the cabinetry and the microwave above, and they added a built-in microwave and a second wall oven over here next to the fridge space.
Katie, real quick, because this is a great shot. Are those windows fixed?
No, nope, they are. You can see kind of they're single hung, so they slide up.
Perfect.
Yep.
Where is this house located at?
Springfield, Oregon. Shari pointed this out already, but they've got a tray ceiling here in the kitchen, and they actually had a vision for their great room. So they're going to kind of do some stuff after the fact, after they have their keys. They're going to run something from this tray to kind of that far wall side. It's like a coffered ceiling, I would say.
Yes.
And they opted to kind of handle that themselves. So we just did the groundwork for it, and they're going to take over, which I would love to see it when it's done.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the cabinets, so once again, I mean, the sky's the limit. Do you want open shelves? Do you want a trash pull out, spice rack, garbage cabinet or drawer? Do you want to do all drawers, no cupboards? I ask you this every time, but what are the big things in your region that you've been doing to kitchens?
Really love the pull-out racks in the cabinets.
Yes.
The pull-out drawers. Those have been really popular. And of course, the trash bin. Who doesn't love the trash bin?
I agree. I agree. That's probably my most popular as well.
Mm-hmm. I've been doing a lot of the spice racks, though, pricing those out because they're so convenient. You don't even think about it until someone says something.
Yeah, they really are. You're right. Yeah. Lazy Susans even. And there's so many different kinds of what you could even classify as a Lazy Susan.
Right.
Okay. We've got that farm sink. Standard, we would do an undermount stainless steel, either a deep single bowl or a deep double bowl. And then they flow right into their butler's pantry where they kind of went back to that sand stain. So matching their island in the kitchen, they've got sand in here. And then they do again to the ceiling with the cabinets and that glass box on top of the standards. But they added glass to all of these upper cabinets. And I wish I would have thought to turn the lights off and take a picture because they've got puck lights in those upper cabinets. So you open them and the lights come on. Okay. We did cased openings at this dining room. So they took that trim package again and just wrapped their openings in it. Monster table in here, and then standard single hung. So opening windows here in the dining room. And that luxury vinyl plank floor, I don't even know if I mentioned that yet, just throughout this whole downstairs. Mm-hmm. Anything I didn't talk about on the lower level? Anything we should circle back to?
No, I think I did get one question, but about the large windows in the living room. Are those fixed or are those one pane as well?
Okay, let's see if we get one more good shot of those. But it was actually, I'm thinking we're talking about that 4-panel slider.
I think that's what it was.
Okay, we're going to go back. So we're at 540. We're going to go back to, I'm sorry, bouncing you all over. Right here.
Yes.
Okay, So as a standard in this great room, we would do 2 5-foot windows on this back wall. So you'd have a lot of good natural light coming in here. They kicked it up a notch. They got rid of the 2 standard windows and they did a 12-foot 4-panel sliding door. So what you're seeing is 2 fixed sheets of glass on the outside, and then the inside, it just functions as a slider. So when these 2 are open up, you've got a 6-foot opening to your patio cover. And since we're here, they did this outdoor fireplace. This is a wood-burning fireplace. We've got the tongue and groove under that patio cover, and then they added the fans here.
I love the slider. I have one of those in my own house, and I'm telling you, summertime, it makes it so awesome to be able to go in and out and hang out with everyone with that big openness.
Absolutely. Kind of bringing the outdoors indoors kind of a thing.
Yep.
Okay, we've got the open rail on the stairs, and there, again, so many options, so many ways to modify this to fit your style. Upgraded carpet up here, matching what we had in that primary suite. And then the 9-foot plate height up here is one of the biggest changes. When we do 9-foot, we automatically make the windows all 1 foot taller. So just totally utilizing that taller ceiling. We're going to give you as much natural light as we can. We've got that architectural trim package again. And then trim is, I want to say sky's the limit. If you want a stain grid, if you want a specific wood, if you want a specific style, call it out and we can price it. I will pause here. So in a secondary bathroom, we're going to do a fiberglass tub shower combo standard. You could do like a soaker tub with tile walls or tile shower or just a fiberglass shower. This is what comes with it, this unit. They did the black plumbing fixture package here. And then does this look to you like one of our new standard countertops, this quartz?
Mm-hmm.
I think so too. So as a standard, you have a choice between a couple of quartz countertops. And I think this is one of the standards you get to choose from. Undermount sinks, of course. They've got white cabinets up here, and you can choose to put a different cabinet style, color in every single room of the house if you choose. Bonus room, as a standard, we would leave it open to that loft space. So they added the doors. And because they had absorbed the utility space into this room, they were able to do the French doors or the double doors going in. Got some good windows on the back, and they are functioning. These are sliders, but functioning windows again.
I know I've said this before, but I love light fixtures. I don't know what it is, but it just can bring so much character to the house. And every single one of them that they've put in this house is just, they're all different. They're all unique and so cool.
Yeah, perfection. This is a great size bedroom. Once again, Shari, your son could just play football here. We've got, you don't really see, yeah. You couldn't really see the closet, but just standard bypass door, shelf and pull closet. And the doors that go on the closets match whatever you pick for the rest of the house. So it's 5-panel in this case. I will stand here, or pause here. We've got, again, that standard quartz countertop, undermount sinks. Standard now would be a quartz backsplash as well. And we would do a mirror that just kind of spans the entire length of this vanity. They deleted the mirrors and did their own. In the primary bath, if you remember, we put a light standard over either sink. In the secondary bath, we center one, although she provided the light here and we just did the electrical for it.
Are the doors standard, the 5-panel door?
It is an upgrade. Standard, we do a 2-panel square top. Walk-in closet. Again, they did their own closet system in here. We just left it kind of blank canvas for them. And just the windows in these bedrooms, the natural light coming in is just perfection. There's that little bump out that comes with the Craftsman elevation. And then the view from the loft into the foyer, one of my favorites in this house. Standard, I don't think I mentioned it. We would do a half drywall wall here on the stairs. So going to the open rail is considered an upgrade. And once again, the light fixture is just perfection.
Yes.
Okay. I'll play this again. I think we're getting close to the end. Love that. You don't really have a good view of the fireplace, but the fireplace is beautiful. Shari and I like to kind of talk about how a project comes together. So we'll spend our last couple of minutes talking about if this is something you want to pursue, how do you go about that? And this is kind of I'll say an odd time because company-wide, we're starting a new, I don't think initiative is the right word, but whereas our old process allowed for the homeowner to manage their own site work portion of the project, our new process is that Adair just handles it all. Like you sign a home order with us, we take it from the go and we build a house. So my branch has incorporated this, what we call site services. Shari's has not yet, although it will be very soon. So it might be a little confusing for today, but we're going to talk about the steps for both my area and her area because they differ slightly. So I have what we call the 5 steps to success. Shari, you have 6,
Yes.
but one extra step, easy peasy. So step number 1 is understanding your budget. So pre-qualifying, we have in-house financing. I would hope at this point that everyone has seen our 4.875 promo rate because it is just phenomenal. So getting a pre-qual, knowing your budget, knowing how much you want to spend monthly or what your all-in number is, really allows your homeownership counselor to kind of break down the cost with you and make sure we're keeping you in that comfort zone or planning with you for success. And do you have anything to add to that, Shari, as far as financing?
No. I like that. That's part of our expertise, though, is knowing our areas and being able to really help you figure out that budget. That way, we kind of have a good base point to work off of.
Absolutely. There are, I would say, 3 costs that come into play with a build. So there's the cost of the property, there's the cost of any site work, and there's the cost of the house itself. And a lot of times people kind of think that they need to have the cash up front to buy the property or pay for permits out of pocket. But that construction loan, that in-house financing that Adair Financial does, is intended to pay for the property, the site work, and the house. So it's never too early, I think, to kind of talk to a loan officer. We do a soft credit pull. So find out that number, find out if you're where you need to be or want to be, and then really get the conversation going with your homeownership counselor.
Yes.
Step 2 is finding the property and getting an accepted offer. We do not have land for sale, unfortunately, but we do have realtor partners. And every one of our branches has kind of vetted and chose these realtors based on feedback from other customers and experiences working with them. So if you don't have a realtor, if you're shopping for property, call your local branch, find out who they suggest for vacant land purchases, and you will not be disappointed with our partner that we suggest. Anything to add to that, Shari?
No.
Coming from that world?
No, I was going to say the nice thing about having a realtor partner, though, is that they're going to help you with your due diligence for the property and making sure that the property's buildable because, and Katie's going to go into that, but that's one thing that we expertise in with that real estate agent is making sure that there's nothing crazy we're going to be working with later on.
Absolutely. Perfect segue to step 3. So the free property evaluation. So where Shari and I's programs kind of start to differ, I am going to request a deposit from you and then send my site team out to the property. My team is going to not only come up with a plan for the property with you, then they're going to be able to bid the work. Okay, so based on what's already on the land, based on what you want to do, here's what it's going to cost you to develop it. And that cost is going to be all inclusive. So it's going to take into consideration building permits and then actually prepping the ground and compacted gravel and trenching and utilities and everything. So we can say to you, okay, here is the cost to develop this property should you decide to move forward with it. Should you decide maybe those costs are a little bit more than you had accounted for or more than you want to spend on site work, your deposit is fully refundable, or have us keep going to site. So we come out to that one, maybe it's not the one, use our expertise, send us to more. That's how it's kind of, we don't expect you to have any knowledge of site development. We want to be that resource for you. And then Shari, give us kind of a how yours differs at this point.
So we still will send out the superintendent, myself, meet you and or your real estate agent out on the property, still check it, make sure Like I said, there's nothing crazy you need to work with. And generally, I'll bring my excavator, and if I can, get the well guy out there. That way we can all kind of have a game plan overall. Yes, the buyer is responsible for helping get bids and things for their property. But again, that's where I have been doing this long enough that I generally have a good cost of our market. And so I'm still able to help, even though I don't have the full site services yet.
But you have the resources and the knowledge to really facilitate that and make that process smooth.
Yes.
Okay, so step 4 is the design appointment, my personal favorite. And this is, at this point, you know what the property cost you. You know what site prep is going to cost you. So you know what's left in the budget for the house. So that's when we're going to do a full walkthrough of this house. Envision yourself living there, and let's price out any modifications you want to make to it. So we're going to talk the details, like how's your furniture arranged? Are these outlets where they need to be? Do you need floor outlets? Do you need hot water hose bib? And we're going to talk the big stuff too, like do you need to move these walls? Materials, colors, all the fun stuff. That's easily my favorite appointment that we do. Sorry, anything to add to design?
I love to tell my buyers, whether they come in every Saturday while I'm here to play with the colors and figure it out, or if you know exactly what you want, like it looks like these guys did, whether it takes us an hour or you come in every single day to figure it out, we're here to help and make sure your vision comes to fruition.
Absolutely. Yep. I think the greatest thing too, or one of the greatest things about our process is that, say you come in for that design appointment and we price out every want or idea you've had as you've been imagining someday building your own house. We're going to give you an itemized quote. So if we do get to a point where we're over budget, you can easily go through and kind of like, okay, this stays, this maybe I do later. But really kind of simplifying that design process so you can perfect it and work within your budget at the same time.
Exactly.
Okay, so you have designed the house, you know your site prep, you're ready to basically order the house now. First step is requesting drawings. So we're going to it's not going to be the Rainier anymore. It's going to be the Smith or the Hayes or the Avery. It's going to take the original drawings and incorporate your changes. So you can say, all right, my quote is perfect. My drawings are perfect. Let's confidently go forward. Or maybe you get your drawings and you're like, oh, you know what? I'm rethinking this island. You have, again, an opportunity to correct or change things based on what you're seeing. From the point of order. So in my branch, you order a house, you sign contracts. Immediately, we are going to get to work on your site work. So we're getting your drawings, we're getting your building permits, we're calling in contractors, breaking ground, and prepping for the house. And Shari's varies just a tiny bit. Give us a little rundown of that.
Yeah, same thing. So once we get under contract, then we'll start working with your pre-construction manager to start scheduling all your excavation, your septic, your well, etc. And during that time, just like Katie's branch, we're doing your blueprints and we're working on your permits and we're making sure all that's going on. So we're still doing that stuff for you, even though we're not physically touching your property yet. But we are here to hold your hand. We're not just going to release you to the wolves and say, hey, go figure this out. We're still here to help the whole time.
And then once your site work is done, permits are in hand, we're going to pour foundation. Foundation to finish. So we are doing now the cleanup and the dry out and the everything. So there's nothing that you need to do during the build. We just want you to kick back and watch your house be built. There's multiple times where your point person, your superintendent wants to meet you there and walk through and answer questions. And then we also have this great new program called Builder Signal, where weekly you can check in, or you can have friends and family check in too and see pictures of your build and little blurbs from your superintendent about what's happening now, what's happening next week.
And we encourage you to be on the property as well. See something, say something, chat with us, and let us know any comments or concerns you have during that build, because that's why we're here.
Absolutely. I lived on site during my build, which was, it's a lot of fun. Okay. And then next up is moving in. That's the end of it. Any questions, Shari?
No questions.
Okay. Anything we should circle back and talk more about?
Gosh, no, I think you really covered it. Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you go. I will say though, there's no prerequisites to meeting with a homeownership counselor. So whether this is something, where you've gotten a pre-qual and you've identified land and you're ready to talk details, or whether you're like, hey, 5-year plan, I'd love to build a house. Either or, call your local office, or get in touch with our online team on our website and schedule a meeting, and we'll kind of like lay out the groundwork and just help make a plan with you. And we're happy to do it. So
Yes.
call us, basically. Okay. All right. Well, I think if there's no questions, then we are good to sign off.
Wonderful. Well, it was a pleasure co-hosting with you today and seeing this gorgeous house again.
Yes. Yep. It is so beautiful. Yep. And thank you for co-hosting as always. We'll be doing it again in a few weeks, I think.
I think so. All right.